Hey guys, Adam from the Duel Academy here, and we are with, what's your name?
Jordan Meadows.
Jordan Meadows. All right, and you just got 4th place at the Indianapolis Regional, so let's go ahead and see the deck, man.
Okay. I was playing Blue Eyes, so it's obvious that you have your 3 Blue Eyes with your 3 alternatives. There's also 3 Sages. Sage was actually really helpful today, doing its thing. I used its second effect a lot more than I usually do in locals and other things, which was surprising. Helped me get out of some sticky boards my opponents had, including like getting over an anti-spell with it, and Spirit Dragon. 2 Spirit Dragon. I like the 2 because I hate drawing the only one I have, and I like to be able to use the stone from deck to summon the second one. It's, in my opinion, really good at 2. It couldn't be played at 1 or 2, but I like it at 2. Main 2 Gamma Seal. It's come in real big handy because it works with either trade-in or just getting over annoying cards, like totally awesome. I also always go second, so Gamma Seal is one of my cards I use to help benefit from going second.
And you only went first 1 game, right?
I only went
All
first.
day?
I only went first game 3 against Mermail Frog, and that was because I cited 6 cards and they were all traps.
Okay, so you came prepared.
Oh yeah. Rivalry. What won me that game?
Sure.
1 Veiler, in the main, it's just really good for stopping certain things. I cited it out quite a bit against whenever I played Metal Foe Magispector, because you can't really hit the Magispector cards. Most of the Metal Foes are normal anyway. So it really didn't do a whole lot in those matchups, but it's a good card to have, definitely in the main for ABC and other things. 1 White Stone of Legend, amazing with Dragon Shrine to send to grave to get your combo pieces off. Probably one of my favorite cards in the deck, that's a 1 of. Of course, 3 Ancient Stone, probably honestly the best card in the deck just because of the way you can spam boards. It's what allowed me to beat Paleozoic Frogs, which I played twice today. So yeah, this was probably the MVP of the day if I had to pick one. And the last of my monsters is 2 Max C I main. I kept opening it repeatedly today. Game 1, I saw it, I think 3 of my 8 game 1s, and so it's, yeah, this card is just amazing.
It's pretty good.
Also, because I like to go second, I main 3 Twin Twister. Twin Twister is extremely nice for going second, especially with some of the boards they put out. I kept using Twin Twister because I would open it after somebody had summoned a frog during draw phase, so they'd either have to lose their back row or tribute their frog, which means they wouldn't get their standby phase summon effect.
That's smart.
Actually worked out really well quite a few times because they ended up tributing their frog.
Sure. It's pretty good. That's a good idea.
3 Melody is kind of obvious. It's definitely a really amazing card to search out the alternative and the regular Blue Eyes. Didn't see it as much today as I was hoping I would, but it still worked out really well when I did. 3 Return of the Dragon Shrine, or Return of the Dragon Lords. It's it's probably one of the best cards for later turns because in late game, preventing destruction is amazing. It's also really good when comboed with Azure Eyes, because if you can prevent all targeting and effect destruction, this can prevent battle destructions from like a lightning or something. Of course, the 3 trade-in to go with the Blue Eyes and all the other level 8s in the deck, including Gamma Seal. You'd have a really hard time not bricking without this card. 1 Dragon Shrine. Dragon Shrine is really good whenever I see it, but I don't like to see it too much in one game because of the limited number of monsters. If you see it late game, it might hurt you more than it helps. So I only play 1.
And you can only use 1 per turn, so.
Yeah. Goes really well with Soul Charge, though. Raigeki, it actually won me my last game, or it was my game 1, but I wouldn't have beat the second Metal Foe player I had without this, because I Gamma Sealed over their Kieran, and then I wiped their board and attacked for game. So that was very good when I saw it. 2 cards of Consonance in the main. Definitely a good card. I always side 1 out when I'm going in because of the limited number of dragon-type tuners. Sage is not a dragon, so therefore you can't use it. So I always side 1 out, but it's definitely a good 2 of in the main. 1 Upstart, I loaned my friend my Desires for the tourney, so I actually did not play any Desires because I wanted him to get his invite, but somehow I still managed to do good. This was a really good card to help me do that. And the other card I actually played instead of my other Desires was Silver's Cry. This I didn't use once for its actual effect. I used it as Twin Twister bait every single time I saw it. Or as my tribute for my own Twin Twister. Finally, the last and probably best spell card is Soul Charge. If you're going first, this card is just amazing. You can set up. I set up a board earlier today with 2 Spirit Dragon and the other the Spirit Synchro and the regular Spirit, and then immediately against Paleozoic Frog tributed off for Azure Eyes, so they basically couldn't get over any of my monsters, and I locked them out for that game. Yeah, that was a really nice win for that. And the last card I main is Vanity's Emptiness. It is the only trap I main, and just really good for locking people out if they force me to go first. As I said, I didn't go first basically at all today, so it's a really good card for when I did.
And then we can do extra deck next.
Okay, extra deck?
Yeah.
So 1 Lancelot. Lancelot, I actually only used him once today, but I used him to, once I had wiped out all of the Frog deck's resources to prevent them from trying to pull a comeback. They ended up playing around it kind of well, but it ended up slowing them down to a point they would only pump out 1 totally awesome, and that allowed me to win the next turn after that. So a really good card, just has limitations because it can negate your effects as well. Hope Harbinger is awesome. I actually didn't summon him once today because I didn't. The only time I needed him was against Magispector, Metal Foe, and I kept seeing Anti-Spell in games 2 and 3 instead of him. And so I instead would go into my Galaxy Eyes combos to be able to pump out more resources for myself while relying on Anti-Spell. Great card, definitely should be played, just I didn't use it today. Then there's the Galaxy Eyes combo. I play number 62 in addition to Cypher, Full Armor, and Dark Matter. I play this so that way I don't have to use up my Cypher to go through the entire combo, so I can still use Cypher to maybe get off a direct attack later. It's really one of the best combos in the deck because you can blow up a card, steal an opponent's monster. I actually got to steal a Totally Awesome earlier today because the guy used a negation from hand, and so he still had the Ixie on board, so I took that and overlaid onto Dark Matter, which, again, great for building resources. Now into Synchros. Moonlight Rose, probably the best card to go into off of Spirit, the Synchro Spirit Dragon, just because Moonlight Rose can bounce a card. It's a killer against ABC just because you can lock them out of certain things. I only played 1 ABC, but it was really good in that matchup. Not so useful in the Frog matchup just because they can negate it. Michael the Arch Lightsworn, didn't summon him once today, again, but a really good card that I have used in the past to banish a card and then summon a tuner to make Crystal Wing, which is another Synchro I play. But didn't need him once today, more played Moonlight Rose instead. Stardust Spark, this card actually won me a game earlier today. I was facing down a Lightning, and the guy had enough to kill me, but he only had 1 card left in deck, and so he did not have the resources to get over a Spark that could protect itself from Lightning's destruction. And didn't have any. He basically decked himself out with double Desires after Spark protected itself from Lightning. So yeah, he was not very happy about that. Crystal Wing, it's a great card. I actually didn't make it once today because none of my 7 stayed on board long enough for me to sink into it, and I didn't see Soul Charge where I thought it was appropriate to make over multiple Spirit Dragons or Ixies. But great card, great to pump out with Soul Charge or Ancient Fairy if you play it, but didn't actually use that today. Play 1 Azure Eyes in the main. Azure Eyes is amazing for locking out your opponent for a turn, essentially, especially if you have Return Engrave. Not the best card overall, because I kept having an issue of my opponent would have something to try to force me into using Spirit into this, and then they would negate the effect and end up getting it destroyed. But it won me several games as well, so great card. MVP Synchro, Blue Eye Spirit Dragon, by far the most powerful Synchro because it tags into all those other ones. It just destroys certain decks like ABC because of the Moonlight tech in, as well as protection against Toad decks because of Azure Eyes. Plus against Pendulum decks, they can't summon 2 or more monsters, so that was amazing with the negation from Grave.
I always forget that when I play against that.
The final synchro is Vermilion Dragon Mech. I play this because I like to use it to get rid of anti-spell or other annoying cards that this can easily get rid of. Plus, it allows me to use Valor multiple times in the duel, say it gets destroyed by a card effect. Also, if I were to get, even though it didn't happen today, if I were to get Ghost Reaper and lose my other 9s, he is an out that most people won't be able to take away from me, so I can still sync. It's a overall great card. I used it several times today, and it won me several duels by eliminating back row so I could attack for game. My final extra deck card is an ABC Dragon Buster. I play it in the main because I play Ghost Reapers in the side, and this card I just chose to stick in the main because I didn't feel the need to include a second Azure Eyes or other monster.
Okay.
Side deck.
Yeah, side deck.
Okay, so in the side deck, starting with monsters, I only play 2 monsters in the side deck. Those are Ghost Reapers and Winter Cherries. I only have 2, so that's what I play. It goes really well with ABC, and the other one I play it with, which is Dante. I also play Dante just in case. I never actually played a PK Fire or Burning Abyss tonight, so I didn't get to use the Dante. But it was, I still think it's really appropriate. Now on to spell cards. I play 3 System Down in the side, mostly because, again, I like to go second, so even against ABC, I will let them go first and take second, and either use this, Gamma Seal, or any of the other resources to just pick away at their stuff. I haven't actually lost an ABC matchup doing that, so it's a really good, seems to work really well. Also, 2 Pod of Acquisitiveness, another card I cite in against ABC to go second, because if they try to tag out to avoid a Gamma Seal or something, this says I get to draw a card and you don't get any monsters back. Just amazing. The one game I did play against ABC, I ended up using this to shut down my opponent. Didn't really need it all that much because I also had System Down to back it up. On to traps, I side 2-Dimensional Barrier. It's really good against Pendulum decks, especially Metal Foe. I actually didn't see it at all today, which is unfortunate, but it's just an amazing card. I keep siding it in, hoping to see it. Don't always work that way, but it's really good.
He's gonna hold that over you.
Next is 2 Anti-Spells. This card, when Dimensional Barrier wouldn't come up, this card would. I saw this card in all the Metal Foe matchups to shut down their plays, as well as in matchups with other spell-based decks. It's really great for stopping my opponent dead in their tracks, and really, it does kind of hurt you in Blue Eyes, but you don't care at the same time, because if you use this and you set all your spells, or you've used them all, it doesn't really matter at that point. Next, this is an interesting tech choice for me, Rivalry of the Warlords. I used this card twice tonight that I saw it. I saw it against Light Sworns, where it locked them out of being able to play multiple after they summoned Raiden, because they couldn't really play any of their spellcasters. This also, I used it against Mermail and locked them into Aquas until I was able to game them. So it worked very well for locking my opponents, and it helped me win a game at table 3. So an amazing card in the right situation.
Parker Robertson.
Yeah, the Mermail person was Parker Robertson. And the final card I played that I did not see tonight was Soul Drain. Again, it's to stop the Mermail play, the Toad plays, because it can hit the Rumby Toad and the Totally Awesomes if they try to go to grave. Really, and I think it's a good card. I didn't see it tonight, so I cannot testify whether or not it's good, but I cited it in quite a bit.
Fair enough, man. Well, any shout-outs you want to give?
I'd like to give a shout out to Indiana State University and all my friends who came here to the regional with me.
Awesome, man. Well, thanks for the profile. We appreciate it. Good job.
Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh content.